And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a little episode of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. How are you guys doing today? It is Saturday morning. I am up. I felt like talking to my people. I have some things to talk about. I First of all, Oscar, when you listen to this, we will do a show this afternoon, girl. We will do a show this afternoon. I just woke up and doing this was on my heart. Um, so me and Oscar, the Love Gymnastics podcast, we are going to do our tribute to Bella Caroli today. Maybe, hopefully, possibly. That's the plan. And we have some topics we want to talk about. And I'm pretty sure Oscar has some gym news to bring to the people. But right now, I wanted to do something old school because Oscar, whose gymnastics channel is Gymnastics Saves Lives. And my little sister, my daughter, is very close to having 1,000 subscribers over there. So if y'all would be so kind to go to his YouTube channel and subscribe, like, share, and comment, um, leave a message, tell Oscar how much you love him, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Um, Part two to the housekeeping is, yeah, I'm back on Twitter, girl. Yeah, I caved. I caved in so hard. I was being such a social justice warrior, baby, but I'm a Twitter junkie. That's my social media platform. And I feel like, with all the stress in the world, I deserve to have a little bit of happiness. And if Twitter is my little bit of happiness, damn it, does that make me a bad trans person? So, possibly. Do I still feel like Elon Musk is horrible for what he is doing to his trans child and what the propaganda he's trying to push towards the trans community? Absolutely. Absolutely. But is my ass gonna be on Twitter? You damn right. You damn right. You damn right. So I'm back on Twitter. I'm back on Twitter. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I don't give a fuck. I'm back on Twitter, bitch. Now, with that being said, you know what? I'm going to talk about my opinions on Bella Caroli. Well, I'm just my voice. Y'all can't see my face. But trust me, she looks a fucking fool right now. I need to do my lashes and get my nails done. And the sad part is, I just was doing my nails the other day. I disliked that shit, and I took them shits right off. So I have some new nails coming in. Some for the glue them press ons down when they come in on Monday. But until then, my opinions on Bella Caroli, I'm still excommunicado. I don't know how I really feel about this situation yet. I feel like Bella is a unique situation where, like I said, I don't feel like he's like Steve Penny or Larry Nassar or John Getter. I would say this, and I feel comfortable with saying this. The one thing with Bella Crowley, and I've said this many times before, as a black gymnastics fan, I can't villainize him completely because he was one of the coaches, especially in the 90s and the 80s, who really helped to push forth the black gymnast. Like, he really did not care about your race. He cared about your talent level or if he saw it for you or not. And if he saw it for a black gymnast, he was just pushing that black gymnast for us, and he just did not give a damn. And that's one thing about Bella Caroli and the legacy that he has that I will always appreciate. Him and Marta Caroli, I will always appreciate that from the both of them, that they weren't, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was little things. I'm pretty sure they told them how to wear their hair and so on and so forth. But as far as them not advancing in USA Gymnastics just because they were African American or Asian American or Latino American, Bella and Marta did not care about none of that. And that's one thing of their legacy that I will celebrate. And I feel comfortable with celebrating that. Now, to the topic at hand, let me get something to drink, child. Yeah, it's like 30 degrees in Florida today, so I feel like I'm going to catch a cold. I've been fighting that bitch off tooth and nail, but I need to fight a little bit harder. Okay. So in today's episode, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about this again this afternoon when me and Oscar do our podcast, but in this morning's solo show, I want to give you guys my ranking of the best all-around gymnasts from the 1996 Atlanta Olympic team. Now, I know what you're saying. Girl, they had the national championships, it was ranked. But in 96, you have to understand that the rankings was skewed because of compulsories, right? Compulsories, if you weren't good in compulsories, that was going to bring your all-around ranking down. But that was the rules of yesteryear, and we're going to talk about 2024. And we're going to take compulsories out the motherfucking equations. And we're going to say compulsories never happened. Who was the top all-around gymnast in 1996? Now, clearly, I think if y'all watched this channel long enough, y'all know who I'm going to say was the top all-around gymnast in 1996. But let's play along. I think from the Atlanta Olympic team, the ranking goes. Amanda Borden was the 7th best gymnast. J.C. Phelps was the 6th best gymnast. Amy Chow was the 5th best gymnast. Was the 4th best gymnast. Carrie Struck was the 3rd best gymnast. Shannon Miller was the 2nd best gymnast. And the best gymnast Team USA had in 1997, 1996 from the Atlanta Olympic team was the one and only Dominique Dawes. Now, how did I come up with this? Now, are we going to include other people like Christy Powell and Mary Beth Arnold and because if I'm going to include Christy Powell, I have to acknowledge that she had a 10.0 vault, and that's something that Amanda Borden just never had. So was she a better all-around gymnast than Amanda Borden? Probably, because she used to beat Amanda Borden at every chance. But in 1996, Amanda was so good on bars, beam, and floor that even though Christy had a 10.0 vault, she wasn't getting 9.8s on bars, beam, and floor. She was getting somewhere between high 9.6s, low 9.7s. So yeah, I would say Amanda Borden was beating Christy Powell in 96. Who else? Mary Beth Arnold. No, because she also only had a 9.8 vault, just like Amanda Borden. So now, Teresa Kwiatkowski, who follows me, so I got to be careful. No, tea, no shade. I love you, Teresa, but no, you weren't beating Amanda Borden in 96. You just weren't. So, I feel comfortable with that. So, how do I get there? Amanda Borden was the 7th best all-arounder because she did not have a 10.0 vault. That's the only thing that's keeping her from being higher up on this ranking. She only did a 9.8 vault. J.C. Phelps, just all around now in the optionals now. J.C. Phelps was a tremendous girl in compulsories. You did not see that from being at the Olympic Games, but that was just a fluke. J.C. Phelps was really good at compulsories. The optionals now, she had a 10.0 vault, but it was the Phelps. So the best that vault was ever going to score for her was a 9.7. Bars was a good event for JC. She could get a 9.8 on bars, yes. Beam was her best event, in my opinion. Again, a hit routine, she could get a 9.8 easily on Beam. Floor, though, Floor, they really hyped JC Phelps up, but her floor was okay at best. I mean, I prefer Amanda's floor to JC floor. So if I'm giving them scores to score, I would give JC always somewhere like a 9.75, low 9.7s to like between the 9.7 and 9.75. So, but JC did have a 10.0 vault, and all her routines started from a 10.0, so I can't put Amanda above JC. Amy Chow. Amy Chow had a DTY in 96. Now it was sloppy. It was not the best DTY we've ever seen, but Mama had it. But she most likely was in the all around was going to do her Arabian front, which was a 9.9 at the time, which she could score easily like a 9.7 on that ball. Then we go to bars. She's somewhere approaching 9.9 on bars with the best of her abilities. Beam. Amy Chow was good on Beam in 96. Now, yes, we all know her for her falling on her back handspring layout, step out, back handspring layout, step out, and hitting her eye or whatever. But Amy Chow was pretty decent on Beam. She had a standing full. She was dismounting, round off, back handspring, triple twist. I think she would have, but she was also sloppy on Beam too. But we're talking about hit routines, right? I think she could score like a 9.7, between 9.7 and 9.75. Now, these are all the same scores where I'm thinking JC Phelps is scoring at. Well, no, I think JC could score 9.8 on bars and Beam. But I'm thinking Amy Chow is closer to a 9.9 on bars and 9. At her best, between a 9.75 and a 9.9. Regularly between the 9.7 and the 9.75. So we're gonna do at her best. And then floor, Amy was decent on floor. Like again, not great, not horrible. Again, at her best, between the 9.75 and 9.8 on floor. So all of that, her and JC are pretty equal, except but bars, where I think Amy clearly and vault, actually bars and vault, Amy, dominates JC. So I think Amy is the better gymnast. Then we have Dominique Moussaoui. And then this is where I think in 1996, the all-around separation begins, because I think Dominique Moussaoui is a completely different beast than those first three gymnasts that we just named. Dominique Moussaoui clearly can score 9.8 across the board. Higher than 9.8 if she's, Dominique Moussaoui can score close to a 9.9 on vault. Dominique Moussaoui is, bars is her weakness. So a good bar routine, no mess ups, hitting all the handstands, 9.8. Didn't she score 9.825 something in team finals at the Olympics? So yeah, she could score 9.8 on bars. Beam, again, she's approaching that 9.9 category. Like Dominique Moussaoui is that beam working girl. And then Dominique Moussaoui also have floor, which the first three gymnasts that we named, floor was good. Well, Amanda Bortman was better than both JC and Amy, in my opinion. But I feel like Dominique Moussaoui's fault, bars. Well, Dominique Moussaoui ain't touching Amy Chow on bars. She probably not even touching JC Phelps on bars on a good day. But Dominique Moussaoui's beam and floor, she clears. She's just another level of gymnast than the first three gymnasts we talked about. And that's why she's fourth on the list. Now, in 1996, Kerri Strug was on her shit. Like, y'all can't, I know y'all think about that vault, but y'all have to go back to that 1996 American Cup. Kerri Strug was on her shit. Kerri Strug was on her shit in 96. And she was not to be fucked with. And we ain't finna give it to mamas like that. So I feel like Kerri Strug definitely could score 9.8, 9, close to 9.9 on her vault. She had a beautiful Yurchenko 1.5. Kerri Strug could score definitely 9.8, 9.85 on bars. Kerri Strug was not a bad bar worker. A little stiff sometimes. But overall, she was a very, 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 very solid bar worker. Beam is Kerri's probably her weakest. I'm not even going to say her worst event. I'm just going to say her weakest event. At her best, that Beam routine is going to score like it did at the Olympics, somewhere between 9.75 and 9.8. But then we got to go back to flow. Well, Mama again approaching 9.9 category. I think Kerri Strug, not talking about prelims because compulsories, because Dominique Moussainu was wiping the floor with most of them girls other than Shannon Miller in compulsories. And that's why Dominique Moussainu placed so high in the all around most of the time, because compulsory, she was wiping the floor away with them girls. Kerri wasn't as good on bars and beam as Dominique. With floor and vault, she was better. She was better. So yeah. But we're not taking compulsories into consideration in this conversation. I remember that, kids. So yeah, my number 3 girl in 96 in the all around was Kerri Strug. Now, you know how we just had to separate Dominique Moussainu from Amy, Amanda, and JC? Well, I'm going to separate these next 2 girls from everybody else we just named on this list, because these next 2 girls, in my opinion, were the only 2 girls that had a real logistic shot at winning the Olympics in 96. I think other people could have won a bronze medal, but a gold medal, it was between these 2 girls. And both of these 2 girls had the capability. Number 2 was Shannon Miller. And the only reason in 1996 she was second to Dominique Dawes was vault. That's the only reason. That is the only reason. Now, was Shannon doing a Yurchenko 1.5, which was a 10.0? She did. I think we seen her do it twice. I think she did it once at Nationals and once at the Olympics. Was it great? The one at Nationals was great. The one at Nationals was great. The one at the Olympics was not. So the Arabian half vault was literally perfect. So her just sticking that vault, I think could go 9.9. 9.8 on a 9.9 start value. So she wasn't that far behind on vault. Then we go to bars. Clearly, Shannon Miller could score 9.8 to 9.9 on bars. Then we go to beam. We got to step it up. Shannon Miller scoring between 9.9 and 10 on beam. Period. Shannon Miller scoring between 9.9 and 10 on beam. It's a period. And then we go to floor, which is probably her weakest. Vault probably is her weakest event. A hit floor routine. I know that double layout was janky. At the Olympics, at national championships, it was looking pretty good. Again, between 9.9 and 10. But my boo, our friend, my favorite Black Trump supporter, I guess, Dominique Dawes, was the best all-around gymnast in 1996. Dominique Dawes on vault, doing the best that she can, is scoring somewhere between a 9.8 and 9.9. Dominique Dawes on bars is scoring somewhere between 9.9 and 10. Dominique Dawes on beam is scoring somewhere between 9.85 and 9.95. Dominique Dawes on floor is scoring somewhere between 9.9 and 10. Dominique Dawes was I'm stuttering because it's just so clear to me that Dominique Dawes was the absolute best all-around gymnast. Optionals only now. That was not the rules in 1996, but that's the rules we're playing by. Optionals only in America in 96. And she was our greatest hope to win the Olympic Games in 96. To challenge Polka Eva, to challenge Bowie Law, to challenge Milosevic, Gina Gogian, Simona Armanar, Svetlana Boginskaya, Svetlana Horkina, Lilia Pokapaeva, Elena Piskun. The girls, Dominique Dawes was the greatest hope. If Shannon Miller could have gotten that Yurchenko 1.5 cleaned up by the Olympics, she would have been the greatest hope. But both of them together was the greatest hope. I hope this video made any sense at all. Oscar, this video was for you, bitch. I love you all. And I'm probably going to edit this and try to play with this a little bit. I will see you guys in the next episode of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. Or, I'm trying to think of a theme. The Loves Gymnastics podcast.